On the team administration page, there are several ways to change the status of an application. Right now we're looking at these 5 teams. They're all marked as accepted. The status is unrelated to the payment information, so you don't have to worry that changing the status will change the payment. Although normally teams will come in with a status of mail or pending, and once they've paid, they'll go to a status of applied, and they need to be changed to accepted before they can be scheduled. Up here in the top box, we have the counts that show by status and the divisions that they're registered for, boys, girls, total, and if there are any co-ed, they would have a separate group. To change a status, we use the update panel, and I'm going to scroll up so we can still see our teams. And what we can do is check the team or teams that we want to change, and then in the status panel we can choose a status. Now, besides just having a status, there are also active and inactive, so that we don't have to deal with teams once we have removed or withdrew them from the application process. So if I want to change these 2 teams to removed, then I would check a status of removed, and I have team 11 and team 6 here, and if I click update check teams, then those 2 teams are going to be changed from accepted to removed, and we will no longer see them any longer on our normal listing. If I scroll down, you'll see that teams 11 and 6 are gone. If I want to bring them back, or if I want to see those teams, up here in my filter panel I can say show me all of the inactive teams, and when I click go, then I'll see just those 2 teams here. We have them in a color that's difficult to see, but here's those 2 teams, and if I click all instead of active, which is the default, and say go, then they will be, oh sorry, I clicked into another screen I didn't want to, but they will appear along with the rest of the teams so that I can go and check them and return them back to accepted, which I want to do. And I can do that simply by clicking the accept button, and that's just kind of a fast process to change their status to accepted. A couple more things. I can make new statuses if I want to make my own statuses besides what's in the list. If I want to change this, and I want to change it to a status, let's say of wait list, for example, if I check the status box, I'll get a panel, and I can type in the status that I want to use, and then I can decide whether I want that status to be an active or an inactive status. And I select it, and then when I click my update checked teams, then this team would change to wait list, in this case with an active status. One final thing is I have my accept and send email, and if I check my teams that I want to accept and say accept and send email, all that'll happen is besides changing their status to accepted, it'll also take me to my mass mail page, and it'll bring up our template for the accepted team list page, team list email, and so that I can then send that email off to all of the teams that I have selected from the previous screen. I hope that helps. Thanks for listening.